Boo to you too, Winnie the Pooh. Halloween has come to 100-acre wood. This year, Piglet vows not to be afraid. But the stormy wind, the spooky tree branches, and the thought of creepy, spooky spookables makes being brave very hard. Is building his own very spookable. If I'm not scared of something as frightful as this, I won't be afraid of anything. Pooh, too, is preparing for Halloween. He is practicing his treat eating. Suddenly, Tigger bursts in with Eeyore trailing behind. Oh, this will be a Halloween to end all Halloweens, Tigger says. Gopher walks in dressed as Eeyore.
Looks like rain.
Nice costume, Eeyore tells Gopher. You make a good yak. Gopher grumbles and stomps off. He is hoping to win this year's best costume prize. Come on, Buddy Bear, Tigger tells Pooh. Halloween night won't last all day, you know. We've got tricking and treating to do. But our friend Piglet is not here, says Pooh. So we must go where he is. At Piglet's, Tigger, Pooh, and Eeyore bounce into Piglet's spookable. With his spookable in pieces, Piglet doesn't feel quite so brave. The ghostly wind, the spooky branches, and the thought of spookables make Piglet afraid all over again. But Piglet joins his friends for Halloween. Tricks or treats?
Looks like rain,
says Eeyore. Yes, sirree, we're gonna get a storming good storm with loads of lightning and wonderful wind, says Tigger. Piglet shivers and calls to Pooh, but Pooh is busy climbing a honey tree to try out his bee costume. Trick or treat, calls Pooh. The bees suspect that Pooh is not a real bee. Suddenly the bees swarm out of the hive and chase Pooh. Piglet, Tigger, and Eeyore right out of their costumes. Pooh and his friends crash into Rabbit's perfect pumpkin patch. Rabbit can't believe his eyes. He hurries to trap the bees. As Rabbit sees what has happened to his prized pumpkins, Gopher dressed as Pooh arrives at the pumpkin patch. Gopher asks Rabbit, "Why are you dressed as a muskrat?" Gopher grumbles quietly as he walks home to find a new costume. Looking over Rabbit's perfect mess of a pumpkin patch, Owl flies down. "Why the glum faces?" he asks. Pooh and his friends show him their tattered costumes. Owl thinks a scary story might cheer up his friends. "We're going to be creeping and crawling with spookables," says Tigger. Piglet looks around for spookables. Thunder crashes and wind blows. Branches reach for Piglet. He races back home to make his house spook-proof. At home, Piglet feels a little better and a little worse. He is alone, very frightened. Something knocks loudly on his front door. It isn't a spookable, as Piglet fears. It's Pooh. Eeyore and Tigger. Pooh asks, will you be joining us for Halloween? I'm afraid. I'm really too afraid, answers Piglet. Then this Halloween will be a Hallow-wasn't, Pooh announces. This makes Piglet feel better, but after his friends leave, Piglet wishes he could be brave. I've let down all my friends, and most of all me, says Piglet. Pooh begins to worry about his very good friend Piglet. If we can't have this Halloween with Piglet, we can have a Hallow-wasn't with him. So Pooh makes a new costume and hurries to find Eeyore and Tigger. They have new costumes too, and together they walk to Piglet's house. But Piglet thinks he sees a three-headed spookable. Piglet runs to find Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger, and even Rabbit. But no one is home. Oh, no one at all is where they should be, says Piglet. He fears the three-headed spookable has already gotten them. In Rabbit's garden, Piglet hears a strange noise. It's Rabbit napping. But Piglet thinks it's spookable. Then Piglet hears another noise. Another spookable. And it's getting even closer. By the time Rabbit's wheelbarrow rolls into Piglet, Piglet is sure he is surrounded by spookables. Piglet runs toward home. While looking for Piglet, Pooh's costume gets snagged on a branch. Pooh calls for help, and Eeyore and Tigger do their best to get him free. Piglet hears Pooh's cries too, and thinks he sees two spookables who have caught Pooh. I must save my friend Pooh, Piglet says. Piglet puts his spookable together and climbs aboard. Piglet marches to the rescue. Boo, Piglet calls. Boo, I say. Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger and Gopher see the giant spookable coming towards them. They begin to run in circles and end up running into each other. Piglet's spookable and the tangle of trick-or-treaters tumble into Rabbit's garden. Rabbit wakes up from his nap with a jump, and his frightened friends bowl him over in their Halloween heap. Why, Piglet, Pooh says, you scared away the spookable. Eeyore and Tigger cheer for Piglet. Gopher is covered with all sorts of vegetables. He looks like Rabbit. Pooh declares Gopher's costume is the very best Halloween costume. And this year, Pooh tells everyone our Hallow-wasn't truly was a Halloween. Yes, Piglet says, and I've decided that for my costume, I'd like to be Pooh's very, very, very best friend, very best and bravest friend. And from that Halloween on, he always was just that.